Hello and welcome back to KD's Business Tips. Glad to be with you. Michael Lapete here, talking about minute books for a business. When you have a corporation, you should have a minute book. It goes hand in hand. The reason why you need a minute book, first of all, it's the record of your company. So that's important if you ever need to prove something, particularly in the case of maybe identity theft. Gives you the share certificates and things like that that are very important to prove your ownership. Plus, in cases of court cases, in the case of an audit with CRA, it may be requested. If you don't have it, you could be in trouble. And if you ever want to sell the company, you need to have good record of that minute book. By corporate law, you must have a minute book. So the components of a minute book are very important, but we're not going to get into too much detail. I want to give you the important facts. And this is important as to what goes in the minute book. The main things is, what are your major business decisions? So major business decisions such as your banking, your accountant, your lawyer are very important. If you're getting lending, things like that, okay? There also, you have to do an annual resolution every year in your minute book, and that goes along with your annual return, tells you who the shareholders are, who the directors are. You can go back to the last video, it tells you the difference of shareholders and directors. So that annual resolution is very important when it comes to a minute book. Also, when you issue dividends, you're supposed to issue a resolution. Any major changes in the company, issue resolutions. Director's resignation would go in the minute book. If they're resigning as a director, appointment of a new director would go in there, and so forth. There's registers inside of a minute book too, registering who the shareholders are, who the directors are, and who the officers are. Okay, this is all inside the minute book. Okay, and those registers should be kept up to date as well, of course. And always make sure that everything's signed in the minute book, particularly the share certificates, of course, but make sure all the documents are signed and proper and kept up to date. Keep the minute book in a safe place where you store it. Lawyers can take it. They can hold on to it for a certain fee that includes the annual return and resolution, or you can hold on to it your registered office, maybe your house or your office too as well. Keep it in a safe place. Make sure it's accessible at all times. And keep in mind that this is the last tip I'll give you. This is very important, that minute book should always reflect what's registered at the registry. So those two should go hand in hand. What it says in the minute book should also be reflected at the registry when it comes to shareholders and directors. Very important. Any questions, as always, we're here to answer them. Post below in the comments, ask the questions, contact us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for being a part of KD's Business Tips.